Today I want to talk about why I don't regret one bit coming into university. So, why am I making this whole video? I'm making this whole video because nowadays I see a lot of content or like people saying that you don't need to go to university. And actually, there's a lot of high schoolers who are actually asking me. And I see a lot of people um, having a hard time deciding why or whether they should go to university. And as a person who came and I have, well, I do have some bad things, but I don't regret one bit coming into this school, and I hope this whole video help you guys decide whether you should go or not. And if you're a parent, I hope you could guide your daughter or son throughout this video. All right, so yeah, I'll start with the first one, and the first one is. um, it's so easy to engage in a good conversation with the people inside the university. So when I meet a new person, I just treat them as if I'm meeting like a new forest. When you go into new forest, you just go around, like, what does this road take you to, or because like I'm just interested in how they got to this point, what they really like to do, or what's their best interest. So I'm just interested in the person. So I ask a lot of questions, and a lot of the cases, it really turns out great, and we become friends, right? But in South Korea, uh, when I have a conversation, it's not always that case. So some people view a conversation as in a hierarchical way. So whether you are below or above me, they do that with age, money, um, or some other things. So it's hard to find a person. It's hard to find people who you can actually have a good conversation with. And after coming into SNU, everyone's smart, right? And like some guy went to a international math Olympic, and some guy is highest ranked IQ in our age group. So like everybody is like sort of a genius. So um, when I talk to them, they just sort of have a degree of respect with each other, I think. And um, so when they engage in a conversation, they just respect both. So there's no energy wasted in measuring who's up or down because they both know that they're qualified, or it's quite uh, it's they both acknowledge the fact that each other is a worthwhile person to have a conversation with. So it was so easy for me to have a really good conversation with others, right? And the second reason is, um, in those conversations, uh, it's easier to find people who like to engage in abstract and creative talking. So what do I mean by that? I mean, just like my YouTube channel, I like sharing my ideas, and in most cases, a lot of people are not really interested in these type of topics. So when I was back in high school, um, I would have my own class talking about my ideas, and people liked it. My friends liked it, but every time I, not like my lecture, but like I ended my sort of like a speech, um, I was really seeking other people's ideas. So I did enjoy talking, but at the same time, I was so much hoping for other people to talk about their ideas to me. Um, but I rarely had that coming into me. So I always had that intellectual loneliness. Like it felt like shouting into the void. Like nothing was coming back. But coming to SNU, when I meet new people, it's not always, but when I talk something about, of my idea or what I think about, sometimes there's an echo. There is, and it was the percentage of the echo coming back is way higher in this community. So, yeah, I really like that. And the third reason is people listen to you for at least 10 seconds. And if you're just like, so it's especially useful when I go to networking events. When I go there, you gotta say, like, who are you, right? Who are you? And it's okay to not go to university, but if you're not, you gotta have some sort of a name card. Like, what am I? Who are you? Well, it's really hard to describe a person in a word, because a person is, it's quite, they're three-dimensional. They can't be described in one word. But we need that. And how could I put this? So, people. So when you meet a new person, or like when you watch a new video, the first 10 seconds or like 20 seconds, you decide whether you're gonna watch the whole thing or not, right? Like, even when you're reading a book, you read the first few pages. If it's not interesting, you just skip it. I think it's the same with people. Well, not all, but I think having that title of SNU med school student gave me at least 10 seconds of attention when I meet a new person, and it really helped me out. Like they would at least think that, okay, this guy is in SNU med school. He's obviously not dumb. He seemed passionate, so maybe I'll have a chat with him, right? But if you exclude the SNU med school, what am I? Well, I'm a guy. And I'm doing my thing, which is amazing. But it's really hard for them to decide that they would spend their time with me for the first time, right? And I felt the most of this when I went on a network event like 2 days ago, and there was a Stanford person over there, and I'm 100% sure that there were amazing people besides her, but like everyone was like surrounded around her, and it gave me a better glimpse of how the cover is really important. And I think it's really hard for a person to judge the actual content, because if you want to do that, you have to actually think, right? Like, how do you know a person's smart? Well, you could have a conversation with him, and then you could ask him questions, you could listen to his answers, you could check what decisions he have made beforehand, and on. Or you could just see his university degree. And the latter is way easier, right? So sometimes people do judge by the cover, and I think it's because 95% of the times it's quite right. Yeah. So, yeah. And coming into university gave me a amazing cover. And the third reason is there are a lot of people to respect, and I became more humble after coming into university, and I learned a lot. I really learned a lot. So I believe that my respect has a price tag. So if I respect everyone, does that have value, right? So I try to give respect to certain people. But coming here and after having conversation with people I meet, so many people have something to learn from. Like, it's not about being smart. They have, like, if you talk to each person, and you actually, dig into what they do or have done, there's always something to learn too. I mean, because they're like, how should I put it? It's not like universe. So, if you meet a Olympian, and you talk with them, there's gonna be something to learn, right? Like how they prep their meals, or how they plan out their day, how they prepare their tests, their mindset. There's a lot of things that you can learn, and I'm doing the same thing here. But if I have not came, if I had not come into this university, when I engage in a conversation with them as a non-SNU med school student, it would be really hierarchical, right? So I would be the guy who's learning from this guy. But because I'm here, like I'm on the same eye level, it's more like sharing information. And I'm learning so much from them. Like really. I can't believe, like, it's so good. Yeah, people here say that I'm really curious and respectful of asking them questions. But respectfully, I'm not asking them to be respectful. I'm actually asking genuine questions that pop up in my mind. And the whole reason I'm doing that is because they're actually interesting people. And there's always something to learn from them. So it's not like my respect, the bar of respect has gone down. It's like it has been high, but the people who are here are above that. So, it's more closer to that. And the last reason is, I don't have to prove that I'm smart. So when I go out there and I meet new people, and there's some people who are smart and they know that they're smart, they are they're in a place where they have to constantly prove that they are a smart person, right? They do that in various ways. Some people don't, but after coming into SNU University, whenever I go somewhere and I meet new people, me being smart is like a fact without even proof. So, well, you might say that's kind of dangerous, but it's been so convenient for me, right? Well, I don't want to be in a position where I have to prove my intelligence in front of others whenever I meet a new person. Instead, I could just say, well, I went to SNU Med School, or you could say, I went to MIT, I went to Harvard. Like, they just assume that you're smart, and they're probably right. Yeah. So, it's like probably 5. So if I could sum it up, it's so good to engage in conversation with others, and it's easier to find people who engage in abstract and creative talking. And people do care about you for at least 10 seconds. And there's a lot of people to respect. And I don't have to prove that I'm smart. So, if you're considering going into university, I highly recommend it. But there's one condition, and that condition is the university you're trying to get into must be hard to go into. Okay, so if you're just going into uni because high school is ending and you don't know what to do, I don't really recommend it, because the above 5 that I've mentioned is only going to be applicable if you're going into a university that is hard to go into. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I really do hope this helped out, and if you have any questions regarding university, high school studying, you could DM, comment, or like whatever means. You could just contact me. Well, I've gone big. I'm not that 600 subscriber guy anymore, but I'm still Enzo, a dude who just likes sharing his ideas. So I'm the same guy. So you could just text me whenever you want. Yeah. And hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.